Inaugural Weedstock conference. Myself and Alan Bronstein up here. I'm Kyle Bazzi, president of MarketFi.com, the company that's hosting tonight. Alan Bronstein is the original founder of 420 Investor. And why don't you clap for me? There you go, Kyle. So I want to welcome everybody tonight. I can't tell you how excited we are for Weedstock, and everybody asks me outside of our realm of what we do. They're like, "What is Weedstock?" Especially my mom. She goes, "What are you doing?"
I brought my mom here.
There you go. So I tell her what Weedstock is, and what the next 3 days are about are the business, the science, the political, and the legal realm of the private and public companies in the sector. We're going to learn, we're going to be educated, we're going to talk, we're going to network, we're going to meet each other and figure out better ways and more ways to innovate and move this sector forward. Before I get into why we started Weedstock and put on this conference and a lot more about Alan, I do want to give out a couple acknowledgments tonight. The Weston staff and everybody here has been absolutely fantastic. They are gracious hosts. Let me give a clap. They really are. And everybody down to the help staff that kept asking me, "Well, do you guys have sativa here?" And I was like, so everybody's very involved, very awesome. Really, really glad. Everyone that helped us organize the conference at MarketFi. We got a lot of really hardworking people that this would not be possible without. I want to call out a couple people. Mikal, Nodal, the organizer back there in the purple. We give a round of applause. And also, without those two individuals, Weedstock, I promise you, would not be possible. Especially my late night phone calls and Jason's late night phone calls asking what the hell's going on. I also want to talk about why we started Weedstock. So I had an awesome experience just earlier. We had the volunteers and a ton of volunteers here for the conference. And I asked everybody to go around and introduce themselves and why they volunteered. And I met a mother and daughter who are here from Denver. And their story is pretty phenomenal. I think it's why we're all in this industry. Their brother and son, respectively, became very ill. And very ill in a very, very tragic way. And they had moved to Denver during the late period of his illness to research and find new ways to bring him back to health. And the industry and what we do, the medical sector, made him better. But it was too late, and he ended up passing away. Which was tragic because it didn't need to happen. Because they had to fly out to Denver just to get this help. For this science, for what we're able and what we're learning about that we do. And they're here today for a tribute to him. They're volunteering because they want to bring what could have helped him around the entire country. So I say, why did we start it? Alan and I were working together on the MarketFi platform where we bring investment education and we're trying to help the everyday investor learn how to use the market for financial freedom. And Alan came along and he called me. Now I tell the story. And he emailed and he goes, this sounds crazy, Kyle. This was back in July, last July. This sounds crazy, but I want to start a marijuana newsletter. I wrote a couple articles and people would love it and I want to invest on it and I want to educate on it. And I said, Alan, it's not crazy. That's what we want to do. We want to bring what's not known in this, not just this sector, but all sectors, but we want to bring that kind of education to everybody. And that's when we met Alan Bronstein and started the 420 Investor about a year ago now.
September.
Almost 1 year ago now. So you want to give a couple words on why you wanted to start the 420 Investor?
Sure. First of all, give yourselves a round of applause. It's just awesome. I've been fortunate this week to be at the ArcView presentation, as well as the National Cannabis Industry Association first annual conference, which was 2 days. And this is going to be better than those, by the way, but it is unbelievable to me that we're able to do this now, and we're only just beginning. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But look at that bar over there. I hope next year, maybe 2 years from now, we can have this in a place where it's not just alcohol, and that's really what this whole thing's about.
The Bud Bar.
In the Bud Bar. And, let me thank Kyle and also Jason Rasnick and me, Paul, for making this event happen. I mean, I brought them the idea. Thankfully, they're the executors. I was just the idea guy here. But I was here in Denver, and several of you in this room kind of came out here on a last-minute notice. Some of you are from around here, but we bonded. This was January 20th. There's one right there, Chris. And it just hit me that just 5 of us from 420 Investors, 6 of us getting together and realizing how great this is, how early this is, how neat it is to be able to just walk into the store and just, wow, it's like Starbucks or whatever it was. And I came back and I told Kyle, who already told you the story about how we started 420 Investors, so we've got to have a conference. And Kyle's like, we don't know anything about conferences. And I'll spare you the story. For the first conference ever for MarketFi, this is unbelievable. And a round of applause. Starting off great. I'll talk about this tomorrow, but we are on, what am I calling it? I don't want to take it from somebody else. It's really the second wave. I mean, if any of you have been watching this industry for the last 5 years, there's a bunch of bullshit companies ripping off the public, basically. 420 Investors all about being the Wyatt Earp, as my friend Mike says, and trying to point out who's not doing it right, because we deserve to have companies doing it right. We're at the early stages. There's great opportunity ahead, and that's what this whole conference is about. And I'm very proud of MarketFi for putting together the agenda. We have some of these second wave companies. I feel like they're doing it right. I'm looking forward to learning more. But these are companies that are the real deal, not people just trying to rip off the public. So stay tuned for that for the next few days.
Yeah, so everybody, give a round of applause.
So I had this is actually a funny story to end with. I grew up with Mike Liddell. I finished my high school, public high school.
My company, Agritech, is now the disruptor. ArcView, since 2011, said the medicinal cannabis industry would approach $1.7 billion. They are watching us very closely. So again, I would like to thank you all for attending today, taking the time out of your busy day on a Monday, and giving me the opportunity to speak to you.